Welcome back to Let's Play Persona 3 FES. Same day, obviously, as the previous parts. I still don't know what to do with the upload schedule, because I don't know. I did kind of keep to a pattern, you know, my usual pattern of uploading 4 days, but then on the third part of the previous record session, I didn't stick to that, so it was like a few days further than that, you know. It's just, I don't know about getting right back into the old routine, you know. I still haven't, you know, played more Silent Hill because I just don't feel like it at all. Because, I mean, I don't even know what I'll do without one, you know. I feel like I'd probably, at most, put in the game, hit record on the capture card, no commentary, and just play through that last dungeon up until, you know, I get that joke ending and then use that, because that was the whole point, you know. Just get the joke ending and that would be the end of that let's play. And, you know, I still haven't got around to starting that, was it Pokemon Violets or whatever it was. Still haven't started that let's play. Because everything just went to shit this week, you know? It's like, first my cat got put down, and then as I was like slowly building myself back up there, we did the Undertale let's play, put up a poll, Pokemon Violet or wherever, got the most votes, I was like, okay, that's gonna be one, and then, you know, my mother had a stroke, and I assume it must have been what it was originally that happened, because she, you know, she slipped off the bed, couldn't stand up. It's like one half of her body was more mobile than the other, but for whatever reason the doctor just never picked up on it when the doctor came the next day to check on her. He was like, I don't know, but you should probably go to the hospital. And so that's what happens. She was in the hospital for a while, maybe about a month. She was back for about a month, and she had, I hate even just thinking about it, honestly, because I was playing this game, I was doing a recording for this let's play. It's like a long recording, and at the end I find out I was on the floor having a few seizures. Paramedics are, you know, trying to get her under control. She goes back in the hospital. She's like, seems to be okay for maybe a few days. Last time I got to talk to her was over a Facebook call, and she was telling me, you know, he'll be alright, he'll be alright. And that was it. That was the last time I ever heard her talk to me. It was the last time I actually heard her talk was when my follower had her on a Facebook video call, and I could see her very unfocused, eyes unfocused, and she was just talking nonsense, like, hello. It was horrible to see my mother in that state, and I wanted answers, man. I wanted to know what the fuck was going on there. But the doctors, nobody had an answer to it all. And eventually she suffered a 3-hour-long seizure and then coma and died 4 days later. I keep bringing this up every video, and it's just making me depressed more than I already am. Just feel like I need to just vent a bit, you know. It's been a horrible year. Absolutely trash year. And anyway, what wasn't even better prior to that, at the start of the year heading into it, you know. It just sucks, man. It's like, you know what I mentioned in the previous parts, like, you know, Christmas and all that, like, you know, the game that Atlas recently released, like, yeah, I get that, why not? So the reason I've been so reluctant for stuff like that is I just don't feel like it anymore, you know? It's just like, what's the point? It's like, think about the stuff I got for Christmas last year, knowing those are the last presents I will get from my mother ever. I got the PS5, which I haven't played since, really. Got my MIDI keyboard, which I have used. Yeah, it's just venting at this point. What am I doing? Friday, new social. Wait, new social. Have I even got a persona for that one? I'll go into town and, you know, get a persona if I've got the one. I'm not sure if I do though. Never felt like reggae, umbrella tango. You know, they say it takes two to tango. But what if you cloned yourself? I mean, it still technically takes two, but you're basically the same. Keep forgetting, what requests have I got? Yes, I'm a shelver man. I gotta look up how to get that because I can't remember. I get some new ones. Platinum watch. This is from our world. Please go feed the cats. I don't think I've got persona over the realm of arcana, have I? Oh, I do actually. We're gonna be starting a hanged man social week. Actually, what persona do I not need? I don't need the fortune one. We're not even gonna be hanging out with the Emperor one for a while, either, which... Trying to think which one, you know... I mean, I could go that one just for the hell of it, so... Hey, we'd have two Emperors there. And Oberon's decent, so I'm gonna keep that. We'll just have to have two Emperors. Corresponding socially, because I've only received at least some out of it. This is pretty acceptable. You know, at least in this game, you don't have the morbid sight of your personas getting executed like this. What is the way I said guillotine? It sounded like a Japanese pronunciation of it or something. You know, because in Persona 5, you execute your personas to form new personas, whereas in this game, and I think Persona 4 was the same thing, which is like, we just shuffle around cards. It's a lot less dramatic, sure, but at least you don't feel bad when you fuse them together, you know? I am Take Mikakasuchi. I will accompany you to the end. At least, and by that I mean my end, because, you know, you're inevitably gonna fuse me into something else. Level up. Could be useful against selected types and physical types, you know. So, Take Miyazakuchi has emerged from the sea of your soul. You know, that expression, sea of your soul. Envision it. I mean, think about it. Human body is made up of a lot of water, so maybe that's the soul. The soul is within you. It's the water that flows through your body. It is the sea of your soul. And that is where your personas lie. Not in the mind, but in the water. Is anything? I did have it previously, so this is a stronger version. Which means it's going to cost me more money if I ever take it out of, the compendium or whatever. Have I browsed all these? I just remembered. Because you got the info panel thing. Have I been keeping up to date with these? Some cannot speak, but a voice is said to be as good as trees used for hangings. Well, that's morbid. He's an Irish farmer. He's an Irish farmer, man. You got disrespected by the samurai teacher. He called you lazy. I mean, if look at the jack-o'-lantern, he looks like he just wants to goof off. An ancient creature. He would kill you. It just seems kind of like a contradiction. He's cute, he's lovable, he's innocent. But if you piss him off, he'll kill you. He'll kill you. He'll bury you in snow. And you will freeze to death. And possibly drown. Well, would you drown in snow if it melts, maybe? Oh, that sounds like a horrifying way to go. It's like, oh no, I'm not going to freeze you to death. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take all this snow and fill your body with it. It will crush you from within, freezing you inside and destroying your organs. It would be like being filled with cement, except it's ice and snow. It's like, that's pretty hardcore, Mr. Jack Frost. You look goofy, but that's a pretty brutal way to go. So on Pixie, when you brawl with Michael Powers, called by this name. Or, if a pixie just gets high, then they're called high pixie as well. If that's true about unicorns, its horn supposedly has miraculous healing capabilities. Could this be the origin of why, rhinos get hunted for the horns because of the same stupid logic? It's like, they have qualities to them, even though it doesn't. Maybe it does have some origins in that kind of mythology thing. The Japanese god of thunder, he carries the divine sword Satsuka the Surui, and is said to be the founder of ancient sumo wrestling. Then why has he got a divine sword? You don't use a sword in sumo wrestling. I kind of see the resemblance there, with his outfit there, kind of has a bit of a sumo look to it, except, he's a bit, more dressed than a sumo wrestler. Very king and husband of Titania was cursed as a child and has not grown any larger since. Greek myth, fellow gods despise him for its cruel and violent nature. So is Athena, who respected strategic warfare. Wait. Am I thinking the right one? Is Zeus and all those gods in the Greek mythology as well? It's like, they look at the origins of these, gods from, ancient Greek. And they were pretty violent and cruel in their own ways. So for the fact that he's saying other gods despise him for his cruel and violent nature, it's like, dude, you gotta be up there in cruelty for the other ones to be like, dude, chill. This is a bit too much. Haga, protector of the south, is one of the 4 heavenly kings of Buddhist myth. We're the offspring of Typhoon and this monster of Greek myth is part lion, part goat, and part dragon. Can you imagine if they added man, bear, pig into one of these games? That'd be super serial. 7 for the 9 orders of the angels, they got cities and nations that protect their religions. You know, speaking of protection like that, I was watching a video on YouTube a while ago. It was like about this mountain that had like ice glaciers and stuff like that. It was in South America, if I recall. And an earthquake set it crashing down to the villages below. But there's one village that happened to have this statue of Christ on it. Like this massive statue, you know. I think it survived both times. Because it happened twice. Second time even worse. Although maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe it was... I don't know. It's kind of wild though. Half snake, half human, they are divine beings in Hindu mythology, worshippers and bringers of fertility. You know, despite the fact that the only Elder Scrolls game I've ever played is Skyrim, you know, I've like looked up the mythology and all that in the Elder Scrolls, because it's interesting. And, you know, outside of Tamriel or whatever, is that the name of the planet or the land itself? As if it's the land itself, you know. There's apparently a land through the distant sea that has like some warriors that were like half human, half snakes, so maybe they look like this guy. They've never actually appeared in the series for long. Remember how long I used this persona for? This clerk agree if Kanpaki's Chichi or whatever originally and almost fully shield. The spinner of the wheel of fortune, and it was unfortunate because that was, you know, her torso. Well, most of it. Ursha, demon of Hindu myth, he is the enemy of the gods and attacks humans to feed off of them. His hideous appearance strikes fear into those who see him. Can shift his shape to deceive his enemies. Of slate and off the body armor, shining armor and spears, they look for brave warriors to take the Valas that they may fight in Ragnarok. Wait, what does it say about that? Those possessed go crazy. Japanese sorcerers summon them to do their will. Cannibalistic demon from Islamic law, it feeds on the flesh of both the living and the dead. It's indistinguishable from normal humans and prefers to prey on children and travelers. Could this be like the origin of zombies in general? Maybe? I don't know. Because, you know, it very much sounds like your average zombie, isn't it? The respite themselves, describing Shino teachings, they prefer to be generous. Like, oh, they have sex with men at times and legends spreads in Greece, so they are known as. Even that takes shape of a giant bird in Sri Lankan myth, it is thought to be a derivation of Buddha. I think that's all we need. I'm only 20 minutes in, I haven't even done anything. I guess that's something that hasn't really changed much, as it's... Even before I took that long break, I would ramble on and do stuff like that. It's like, this is not... I am not the channel to watch if you want a let's play that flows perfectly. Like, get from point A to point B, no bullshit in between. Anyone else?
If you hold me tight, feeling
game. It only took you several weeks and technically months. It's waiting for you. Let's play. I already spoiled what social link she's associated with. Decided to play with Maiko. Is that how it runs? What do you want to do next? It's up to you, Kate, your choice. Well, we really do just get any choice because it doesn't matter on the first rank. I want to go home, screaming. I'm gonna be a seesaw. But the seesaw makes my butt hurt. Yes, it's getting dark. But I don't want to go home yet. I like it there. I just seem sad. Can we stay together for a little longer? I seem to enjoy hanging out. Get to know Maiko, the grade school. And also got put on a list. Some serious voice rings in your head. Oh, shall I have my blessing when I choose a great episode of the hangout? You have established a new social link. I read that like I hadn't read that one the first time, which I did. I mean, I'm so used to just reading through it, but no, that was the first hangman, you know, established social link. So, Mom and Dad, you fight a lot. Want to get a divorce, huh? Tell them I want us to be happy, but they don't listen. Probably hate me too. We can play again later, right? Pick with friends now. At prep school, it's only but I'm free the rest of the days. It's like you're just hanging out with them, and it's just like drops that bombshell of information on you like that. So I had to go back to the dorm.
Sup, dude?
You know, stuff like that really does, you know, have an effect on kids, you know. Like my parents would argue a lot as well. But the thing that scarred me the most in my childhood is clearly, as I've mentioned before, we had neighbors from hell. Like the worst neighbors you could possibly imagine. They were horrible. And it was only like maybe a year or two of that at most, maybe even less, but it sticks to you, man. I better go study since the exams are coming out. You already said that previously. God damn, it's control. I said the same thing I said yesterday. Next story concerns a very rare event. A miraculous flower which only sounds like I'm fast forwarding. Which only grows once every 100 years and blooms. Seems to be responding to the oldest range bench in town. Are you sure about that? Maybe it has just been 100 years. You know what I find crazy is World War I ended a little over 100 years ago. World War II, on the other hand, not even 100 years old. It's crazy as well. World War II, you know, in the grand scheme of things, wasn't really all that long ago, but it feels like people just kind of ignore some of it, you know? Just like, meh, who needs history? I think it's seriously if I spend so much time thinking about all this. You probably just annihilate shadows like I said yesterday. Got no dialogue. Say your best all the time, but you're not gonna really see right wrong. Wait. No! It's gonna go to Junpei. Probably study. Probably not, to be honest. Probably just playing games or something. Which one is this? He seems to be in his room, but he isn't responding. Maybe he is studying. I have my doubts, though. Would there even be anyone out there on a Friday night? Well, he's not here. We meet again, Mr. Monk. Whoa, what was at the speed of that? It's like this analog stick is busted now. Oh, it's you. Dad seems to be drinking by himself. A strange kid. That seems used. You feel the friendship is growing stronger this spend time in the past year. Friendship could become stronger soon. You're all feeling sleepy. Decide to go back to dorm. Like, piss off, kids. Stop hanging out. You know. I mean, what the hell is up with you? Hanging with people your own age. First you hang out with a little girl, now you're hanging out with an old man. It makes no sense. Sam's coming up. I still haven't, advanced any further on that New Game Plus playthrough. Because the original plan for this is, if I miss any social links, I can use the New Game Plus from my original playthrough when I first played this game a couple of years back. So, max everything out, because I'd have all the stats maxed out from the beginning. So if I miss anything, I can just do that. But I haven't, played on that save file in literal months. And it was even probably months before, I took a break. So it's even further back. Hey, what's up? Exams pretty soon. Have you been studying? Seriously? Like I care. Then why'd you ask? You just wanted to not be the only one that's not studying. Oh, it's this guy again, the farm-hating guy. It's like, he's no longer the samurai guy, he's the farm-hating. Here we go, finally we're after Tyro no Masakado, the turning point of the era of the samurai. When did the samurai period end anyway? Because that seems like one of those things that, is really romanticized, but, it was probably not a great time to live in Japan during the time of the samurai, But then again, you could say that for most parts of the world around that time period, All began from infighting among the Tyro clan. Their conflict escalated until the Imperial Court intervened. Masakado was pursued by the Imperial Court and had no choice but to openly oppose them. That was known as the War of Masakado. Makoto, you don't look anything like a samurai, but let's see if you know this one. What title did Tyro no Masakado claim for himself? He was the king, Satan, he was the Imperial Prince. Correct. This will be on the exam next week, so be prepared. Why would he call himself Satan? That would have made no sense. Was Christianity even a thing in Japan at the time? Because, that's a history thing there as well, isn't it? They traveled the globe, spread Christianity, and, some cultures were like, sure, why not? And other cultures were like, no. Japan was more in the no category. They're like, okay, in the background there, just basically we're up, keep an eye. Like, alright, you get a bit of influence here now. We're gonna quench that, reckon kill him! You know, because that's what happens. And then, you know, you got the opposite extreme in, you know, the Americas, particularly South America. Spanish, they're like, okay, follow us or you die. It's like, we don't understand you because you're not even speaking our language. I'm like, whatever, it's not that. It's like, very well, you have chosen death. Brutal, man. So be on the exam next week, be bad. Let's skip forward a little to that Kamakura. At last, the sunrise disease begins to be felt in this city. 1192, the Kamakura Shogunate was established. We're there. And of course, its founder was Minamoto no Yoritomo. I can't believe we're finally here. You give correct answer. Your charm is already maxed out, so it doesn't matter. You're receiving a text message from Maiko. Good Susan is coming tonight. He has something to tell us. We'll meet on the 4th floor as soon as ever. What do we do today? Anything to say? Don't forget exams. Saturday. Now we're hanging out with Maiko. Let me just check. Does it have any updates? No, it still says. That's Maiko, look at them all. Last mate who's thinking about the future of Mrs. Kano. Your mate who seems to think of you as a good friend. Committee rep who's looking for the bathroom smoker, but he's not going to find him anytime soon. All couple from the bookstore bring Kichi's right letter. How exciting. Teammate whose knee problem has been revealed. Student council treasurer who you are very close to. It sucks, man. Because that part where I maxed out that socially, that was the one. When I uploaded that part with like an hour or two later, that was when my mother suffered the 3-hour-long season. I never watched that part ever again. Or any of the parts that I recorded with that record section that I had yet to upload at the time. Online gamer seems to be a teacher. One member who helps others when they don't feel well. You imagine you're helping to coach a group of kids. You're at the shrine with a girl whose parents are getting divorced. Smart and energetic, second brain. Serious boy you promised to be friends with. So you then decided to talk to his uncle. Steve the entrepreneur seems interesting. Steve the entrepreneur who loves making money. Club regular who drinks while talking, but it's philosophy. Long-winded monk who looks like a gangster. More like a toad to me. Not a toad, turtles. What was I doing again? Ah, yes. Anyone else here? No. We're not even looking each other in the face. Oh hi, what do you got to play today? What are we gonna play today? Seems like no one's playing with you. Since you have Inogami, persona of the Hangman arcana, you should get along well with Maiko. Would you like to spend some time with her? Just seems wrong, really, doesn't it? What should we do? It seems happy. Spending time with Maiko on the playground. How many of you viewers, when you were a kid, would, climb up the slides? You go down the slide as well, but walk up the slide just because you can. I'm hungry. Can we go to Wild Duck Burger? Sure, let's go. Yeah, I can't wait. I wonder which toy they're giving out kids. Is this Duck Burger place? Is there duck in the burgers, or is it just mascot? Is it like the McDonald's of Japan here, of the Persona universe? I can see it right there. Decided to take a trip to Wild Duck Burger. You would die, strip mall hamburger shop, Wild Duck Burger. Yeah, I just flew by and enjoyed tasting it. How could the hours fly by? Were you waiting hours to have this giant burger? Yeah, man, I'm going out to eat. Mom and Dad never argue when we go out to eat. You don't want to make a scene, that's probably why. They used to argue, you have to believe me. Why would they get a divorce? It's probably your fault. RDBS. You just fell out of live. I mean, that's probably it. I forget what the actual reason was. It probably is. Is there any answer I'm supposed to do? Apparently you can answer any way you want. Which is wild, because you could technically say it's probably your fault. It'll be fine. I mean, that's my guess, but why did you ask him? Ask him already. They said it was a matter of adults only. I was about to start crying. She'd definitely cry if we told her it was her fault. Hey, whatever get lost. Did we hit you that much? Wasn't dumb, I hate it. Make a sub lally, what will you do? So we try to calm her down, I'll wait for her to stop. Yeah. Wait. Try to calm her down. I'm sorry, I know it's embarrassing when I cry. I'm trying to cry anymore. He was trying her best to smile. She's stronger now. So this voice rings in your head. That I and I am thou. I shall have a best matches. You're at the Shrine of Social Link is Lethal 2. I mean, what a name for a social link. Very original. You're part of the Crip Sons of the Hangman, I cannot feel. I guess I should go. Thanks for playing with me, Gary. Return to the dorm after working back up.
So that's what happened on the night of the 7th. It was a difficult operation.
I see. They're getting tougher. But it's not all bad news. I called today's meeting because...
I'm sorry. Before we go on, I'd like to ask Mitsuru-senpai something.
Me?
Where were you on the night of what and what?
Since I've joined, so many things have happened. I went along with it without really understanding what was going on. But now I need to know.
Why do you have red hair?
I'm gonna ask you straight out. You've been hiding something from us, haven't you, Senpai? You act like you don't know anything about the Dark Hour in Tartarus. But they're related to that accident 10 years ago, aren't they?
What accident?
There was an explosion near our school, and a lot of people died. It must have been big news back then. You know about it, don't you?
Yes.
Luckily, no students were injured. But
Yeah, luckily the students were fine. All those other people, though, they died. But hell, they weren't students, so who gives a shit about them?
around the same time, a large number of students were recorded as absent. Seems like more than just a coincidence.
What do you mean?
I dug up some old school records and found something interesting. The students who were absent, they all collapsed suddenly and had to be hospitalized. Sound familiar? You know, like the girls who bullied Fuka. There has to be an explanation. What really happened on the day of that accident? The Kirijo group built our school, so you must know something. Tell me the truth.
I wasn't trying to hide anything from you. It just never seemed relevant.
Are you sure about that?
But
It's okay. It's not your fault.
This is the music when it goes dun. It's like, you know, when something disconnects on your computer or wherever. It's like your program disconnected. Dun. Listen to it, you'll hear it.
all right. I'll tell you the whole story. The shadows have many mysterious abilities. Some research indicates that they can even affect time and space. We think of them as our enemies, but what if we could somehow use them to our advantage? They would be a source of unimaginable power, wouldn't they?
What?
14 years ago, one man pursued that line of thinking. He was the former leader of the Kirijo group, Koetsu Kirijo. My grandfather.
Yeah, it's animation. Look how weird Shuji looked there. Probably looks better in the remake.
My grandfather was obsessed with shadows. He wanted to harness their power and create something extraordinary.
He was a very naughty man.
Harness their power?
He assembled a team of scientists, and over several years collected a significant number of shadows.
He what? Damn, that's freaking crazy!
However, 10 years ago, during the final stages of the experiment, they lost control of the shadow's power. Consequently, the nature of the world was altered.
You mean?
Yes, Tartarus and the Dark Hour.
So yeah, her grandfather's experiment.
By their account, the mass of shadows they collected split into several large ones that then dispersed.
Kind of screwed everyone over in the long run there.
These are the shadows we've been encountering on nights when the moon is full.
Is that why they've appeared in different places? Wait a minute. If what you said is true, then why did our school turn into Tartarus? Don't tell me.
Uh-huh.
That's where they conducted the experiment?
Yes.
Then those students who were hospitalized.
I'm afraid it's just as you're thinking. Port Island must have been an ideal location for them. It was a highly populated area, and the Kirijo group had influence there. They could do as they pleased. As you guessed, the experiment 10 years ago was conducted at Gekukan High School.
Does that mean all we've been doing is cleaning up their mess?
In a sense, I guess you could see it that way.
You lied to us? You knew, too, didn't you, Senpai? They've just been using us. Or do you not care as long as you get to fight?
That's not true. I have my reasons.
Yes, he does. We'll get to that at a later point. These characters get some really nice backstory and developments.
Think what you'd like. It was my decision not to share that information. I'm sorry. I never intended to deceive you. Convincing you to join SEAS was my highest priority. As absurd as it may seem, only we, with our personas, can fight the shadows.
How could you?
You know, she says that, but we hit them with our own conventional weapons as well. That seems to work. So I don't know about the whole need for personas. Unless it's our personas that allow us to use our physical weapons effectively, I don't know.
Besides, some of us were never given a choice.
Mitsuru, don't.
Yukari, it's those in the past who are to blame. And they lost their lives as a result of what they did. We're all in the same boat here. None of us deserve the burden that's been thrust upon us.
But...
It's been 10 years since that incident. No one knows why those shadows suddenly returned. But since they're active, at least we can find and destroy them. Do you realize what this means? What if I told you that those 12 shadows are the cause of everything?
Then if we defeat them all, Tartarus and the Dark Hour will disappear?
Sounds a bit too good to be true, really, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I was going to tell you earlier. See, it's good news, isn't it?
I mean, you could see it maybe, because, you know, you just get tougher and tougher, and the final one is the big bad.
is that true?
There's evidence to support it. Now, our true battle begins.
About halfway... Well, are we even halfway through the game? I don't think so. Are we? This is a long game.
Regardless of what's happened in the past, we must fight to protect the people. The shadows are gaining strength. We can't afford to just wait for them. And there are many mysteries still surrounding Tartarus. Why did such a gigantic structure appear in the first place? The answer must lie within it.
I mean, say that, but it's like, what kind of answer are we gonna find? It's gonna be a flaw where it's like, oh yeah, we left like one of those audio logs explaining. No, we do actually kind of find something like that, don't we? We find those little files, those note files every time we get to the top of wherever we can get at any given time. So it's like an audio log just explaining all we need to know, just gradually sprinkled in throughout the game.